At long last, the Los Angeles Galaxy finally have their man introduced Tuesday. Chicharito Javier Hernandez will be the latest designated player in Galaxy history. A reported transfer fee from Sevilla of $9.5 million, a 3-year reported guaranteed contract. He steps into Major League Soccer in Los Angeles, where he will go toe-to-toe with another icon of Mexican soccer, Carlos Vela. Los Angeles, also where we find our main man, Herculez Gomez. Outside of you, Herc, who is now the biggest Major League Soccer star in Los Angeles?
It's got to be Chicharito Hernandez, and with all due respect to Carlos Vela in that historic season and who Carlos Vela is, in the last decade, there is no bigger name in Mexican football than Chicharito Hernandez. Globally, he is recognized in this market in Los Angeles. He's going to blow it out the water. Carlos Vela continues to be one of the biggest stars in Major League Soccer, and he was probably the biggest star with the leaving of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That made him, the parting, I should say, of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, made him the biggest star. Well, now Chicharito Hernandez comes into the fold. That's out of the question. It's got to be Chicharito Hernandez for all he's done, for all he is, for all he represents, and what he can possibly do for the LA Galaxy.
Wait a second here. If there's anything you're known for saying, it's that Los Angeles is an LAFC town. And Carlos Vela is undoubtedly LAFC star. Are you telling me that's changed? It's no longer an LAFC town?
Listen, you got to win. You have to win. Carlos Vela comes to Major League Soccer and he talks about being the best player in the league. He wants to personally be the best. He wants to score more goals than everybody else. He wants to what? More assists than everybody else. I want to be the best player. Chicharito Hernandez is coming to this league, and the first thing he says, I want to win championships. I want to add stars. He's saying all the right things. Oh, by the way, he had a message for Carlos Vela. Carlos Vela knows I'm in the team. I'm in the MLS best team, the biggest club in this country. He also knows I'm in the biggest club in LA. The message has been sent. Chicharito knows what the game's about. Chicharito is the biggest star in this market that the LA Galaxy could have possibly went for. They got their man. And now, once again, after the parting of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we got ourselves a game.
You say biggest star. What about the actual thing that matters most on the field? Who's a better player?
See, that's a tricky one because I know how you want to play this out, that Chicharito hasn't scored goals in a few years, that he went from West Ham to Sevilla. But where was Carlos Vela before in Major League Soccer? What were they saying about him coming to Major League Soccer when this was going about? They were saying he's washed. Why is he going to Major League Soccer? It's another failure. It's a step down. All the same things they're saying about Chicharito Hernandez. And what happened? Carlos Vela regained form in Major League Soccer, and now the national team wants him back. Now everybody's talking about Carlos Vela. Hey, even Barcelona was looking at Carlos Vela. Who's to say Chicharito can't do the same? Chicharito, after all, is a goal scorer, something that Carlos Vela has never been known to quite be, and he's also the bigger player as far as star power.
So who is the better player now? Answer the question.
Sebi, that's so irrelevant, the better player now. Chicharito hasn't stepped on the field, so you have
they're
to go
They're the two stars of the league. How is it irrelevant who's a better player?
Major League Soccer. Those are apples to oranges. You should know better than this. You can't compare La Liga, the Premier League, to Major League Soccer. That's where you're already losing 3-0 to me.
Who's the best player today? Answer the question.
Listen, Carlos Vela is by far the most talented player of his generation.
Oh, most talented. What a cop-out. Who's the best player today?
Seb, this is so ridiculous what you're doing. Chicharito Hernandez has been out of form in the Premier League.
So Carlos Vela is a better player. Carlos Vela is a better player. Carlos Vela is a better player.
You can't hear yourself because you don't let me talk. You can't hear through that thick smoke that you're trying to let people, the smoke bombs that you're throwing out there, el humo que quieres vender, you don't see it.
So who's a better player?
It's irrelevant, a better player, because it's got to be proven on the field. Because listen, this is the one thing, and you know this very well. You know this very well, Sebi. He could have had 2 historic seasons. He could have been the best player last year, Carlos Vela. He could have done this crazy amount of numbers, 34 goals, I believe 15 assists. But if in one season Chicharito has, let's say, more than 20 goals and lifts that trophy, it doesn't matter what Carlos Vela did in the past. It's Chicharito's town now if he can lift that trophy.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.